All right, I'm doing this video again. Before I go to work, I'm gonna try to take me a quick nap. I only got like 4 hours of sleep. But yeah, I don't understand this older generation. I really don't. Y'all pride yourselves off being slaves, and it's fucking disgusting. It really is. I'll get to the video. Mind you, I understand why a young man will say, I don't want to work anymore. Would rather stay home and trade for. So this guy is essentially wanting to play the stock market and take his chances making income through that than being forced to just work a 9 to 5 all damn day and still have to live with your parents because you can't afford a new place. Makes sense to me. Our economy is in shambles. It is. The older generation had pension plans. Like 401k wasn't even supposed to be a retirement. It wasn't meant for retirement, but we're using it for retirement now. That's all we got. And if you look at statistics, everybody ain't even, putting money into a 401k because they can't even fucking afford to. If they can't afford to put money into a 401k with the job that they're working, they can barely afford housing. They can barely afford having a car. What's the point of even working? Everyone's like, well, when you're in a tent with no electric, people are moving back in with their parents. They're literally one step away from that shit. With the inflation that we got and the fact that the dollar bill is losing its power. People are so out of touch, it's ridiculous. And back to what I was getting at, them glorifying being slaves. Your fucking plantation, your corporate plantation puppets. Ever since we got a central banking system, ever since they got rid of the gold standard, we have a fiat currency. Ever since that happened, the economy started to go downhill slowly but surely. And they've been fucking with the numbers and fucking with the value and making it to where we're just going to be working for the rest of our damn lives. They raised the retirement age to 70. What makes you think that the younger people and the people ahead of us is going to want to deal with that shit for the rest of their lives? Old niggas is complaining about the jobs that they have. How much more you think young folk? Especially when they know it's not going to be worth it in the end. You got dudes talking about how we lack discipline. When I say we, I'm talking millennials, Gen Z, and after. We lack discipline. We're so lazy. We don't know what we're doing. Yada yada yada. Right? And then they talk about how they was working so hard. They walked barefoot for 8 miles just to work their target job. All this bullshit. I'm exaggerating, but you get what I'm saying. You hear all the stories about how older folk had it so much harder than us. I'm sick of it. I really am. Because half the shit ain't true. You've been working since you was fucking 14 years old, but somehow you still don't have a fucking legacy. You still ain't reaching millions and millions of fucking dollars, not even. We got Gen Xers and boomers selling their fucking homes and shit. But you still so proud of how hard you work. There's nothing to be proud of. If you have nothing to show for it, there's no fucking point. That's the point that the younger generation is making. You have no legacy. You have no inheritance to pass on to your fucking children. But you work so damn hard. And meanwhile, we have this smart young person here who's like, I would rather do trade than to stay work in the workforce because he finds more value in trade than working a regular fucking job. And we're slandering this man for it. This younger generation is soft. I'm sick of this shit. I'm gonna play the video.
I want to share with y'all my thoughts on this recent video that y'all sent me about a guy that talked about money and the fact that he doesn't want to work anymore. Now, when I first looked at this video, I said, man, this video is weird because of the way that he recorded it. But when did we get to the point to where men no longer even wanted to work anymore? I know that
He
we in
didn't
a
say
weird
that.
space and a weird time.
He didn't say that. The title says I don't want to work anymore, but that brings views. That's the clickbait title.
When did we get to the point to where men no longer even wanted to work anymore? Make sure you hit a like for the algorithm, subscribe to the channel, and turn on your notifications. I'm reacting to this for the first time that somebody sent it to me. I'm guessing he's from Chicago because he got the Bears lanyard on, but we'll see what's happening. And let me give a credit before we even get into the video, because I don't know what I'm gonna say, and then y'all might be disappointed in me when you see the reaction to it. The name of his channel, his name is Hebel Bird. He has 236 subscribers, so I always like to support my fellow content creators. His name is Hebel Bird. Okay, he got 236 subscribers, and he's going to give his sentiment on why he doesn't want to work anymore. Let's continue.
Hey, what's going on, guys? I'm driving home from work right now. I just got off. I got off at 7. I work third shift, and I work at Amazon. And it just dawned on me to do this video because I have this thought all the time in my head, and the thought is that I don't want to work. Like, the thought is that I don't want to work. Like, I don't want to work for someone else. Not necessarily that I'm afraid of hard work or that I'm afraid to work on something. It's just I would rather it be on my own time and
Oh, I said the same shit. If I'm gonna be getting up early as fucking in the fucking ass crack of dawn and doing double shifts and shit, I'd rather have all that time spent creating the product that I sell instead of working for somebody else. The only issue is when you starting out in a business, you don't get much money. Of course, Anton says this shit, but in a lot of cases when it comes to that, it's more who you know. Cause I'm gonna be real, my job ain't paying for none of my advertisement. The little bit that I do put in it is not enough, but I understand where this man's coming from. Once again, you want to be a slave for the rest of your life? Or do you want to be your own man with your own shit? You want them jobs to keep having leverage over you and fucking laying you off and firing you over Once again, the shit that happened with COVID, I'm shocked we have not learned, but okay.
else's time. So
Let me say this before we get into this video. Y'all are severely, especially this Gen Z era and these newer people and these people that's really, you know, in their early 20s, late teens, that's just getting into the workforce. First of all, y'all just flat out lazy.
No, they're not.
That's number one. Number two, it is a myth. It is the biggest misconception that you will ever experience in your life. Because I know a lot of y'all look at the successes, or you look at the cars, or you look at the people that own their own businesses and stuff like that. You're like, oh man, look, bro, listen. We had to hustle, grind, and have a lot of failure in order to get here. That's number one. Number two.
Well, he said he wanted to do it himself. He's not afraid of hard work. He's tired of working for somebody else. He's not getting anywhere, and he's not getting any fulfillment. That's why he's fucking saying this shit. I don't know why that's so damn hard to understand.
Two, it is way, and I'm going to just give y'all a reality check, way more difficult working for yourself than it is for somebody else. See, the one thing about...
Okay. Yes, it is. But also, no, it's not. I put so many hours into my music and so many hours into my art. I can't count it all. I don't know. But when I'm doing it, it doesn't feel like work. That's the part that he's not saying. And then when it actually takes off, it's way more worth it. When you start seeing people writing articles about your shit, you start seeing people sharing your work around, it makes it all worth it. This man is a multi-millionaire doing what he wants to do. Like, he's a content creator. It's hard work, but he gets to work on his own time. He does it whenever the fuck, like, bro. Because everyone's like, well, I get up early and I do it 8, 9, 10 hours a day, yada, yada. Okay. But it's different when it's for you. That's the thing. It's like being a farmer versus being a sharecropper. When you're a farmer and you working, that's your land. That's your house. When you're a sharecropper, that's their land. That's their house. You're paying a debt. That's the difference. And this man here is saying he would rather do it all for himself than to do it for someone else. The struggle is just getting there, because the job is designed to keep you where you're at. That's the problem. And he knows this. And a lot of other young folk know this shit. Especially when now you can't even get a fucking house or a car on your own shit. Really? Who wants to live life like that? You just working so that somebody else can get rich.
Working for somebody else or working for a company, because it's a lot of people that get rich and become incredibly successful, because ultimately the goal is the same across.
It's not a lot.
A lot of us tie our identity up into what we do for a living and the title and whether or not we own our own business. Listen, bro, I don't care if I'm working for a company or if I'm working for myself. The goal is to make money.
I don't know.
The business is just an accessory,
that
or
is
it's just
cap.
a vehicle, or it's a tool.
That is fucking cap. That is fucking cap. He's doing this because he makes more money doing this shit. He said he got another job because of benefits and everything, but he ain't stopped doing content creation. And then he also has multiple sources of income. Would you give all that up to go back to the 9 to 5? Shit, man. I'm not even mad. I'm just like, bro, what the fuck? If I had what Anton had, you think I will trade that just to go back to being broke and wondering if I can having a pick? Do I want to eat today or do I want to eat tomorrow? I can afford this, but I can't afford that. But both of the things are things that I need. Not even shit that I want. I haven't bought myself like a video game or a fucking new clothes. I ain't bought myself shit in I don't know how long. Just fucking surviving. Like, seriously. Niggas out here wearing holy drawers and shit. I can't with this, bro. Dude's working 2 jobs and still ain't getting shit.
For us to be able to generate revenue, but the goal is to make money. I don't care if it's coming from me running my own.
And then what's crazy is he's saying he doesn't care if it's where it's coming from. But back to the fulfillment. Men, I'm not saying all men, and this is not a shot against Anton, but men, they want to love the work that they do, and they feel fulfilled with it. Like, we get this idea that work is just supposed to be this extreme, I almost said something different. But work is supposed to be like this strenuous labor that, you know, breaks the body down and destroys your psyche and destroys just everything you have. Oh, that's work. No. Work is merely you doing what you're designed to do. When a computer turns on, you say it's working. When you're doing hard labor, though, for some reason, we confuse that as work. No. That's not your work. God didn't create you to be a fucking Amazon employee. He didn't create you to be stressing out in the food business. He didn't create you to be bagging groceries in retail. You get what I'm saying? And you know this because people have gifts and talent and things that they're just really, really good at. And you can't even explain how or why you're that good at it. You're supposed to be nurturing that gift. That's what you're supposed to be doing. And that gift is what makes the way for you. What makes the money for you. And you got all these unfulfilled men and women not nurturing their gift. Don't know what they want to do in life. All they know is that they have a fucking job. And you saying that they're working. You're not working. You're just a plane in a fucking hamper somewhere. Wings just degrading and deteriorating. You know what I'm saying? And we're sitting here criticizing somebody because he had the epiphany that this is not where I want to be at. He just doesn't know how to get out. And the only thing he can think of right now is trade. Get the money. Get what you need to get. Like, come on, bro. This is clear as day what it is. But we're talking about this man like he's just fucking lazy.
On business, or if it's coming from somebody giving me a bag on that front. The goal is to make money. That's the zero sum total of why we go out and we grind, we work, we put our time in, we trade our time in for money. And here's
the you're trading your life, a resource that you're not going to get back, for a resource that goes away in less than a week. And we don't have a problem with that. And then, of course, you got the plantation Negro who's going to show up and be like, well, it's all fun and games until you're outside homeless. It's like, bro, we're one step away from that shit. And I've been in the grass before. I know what it's like. It ain't fun. I don't care how short the time was before I got to being couch to couch again. Shit ain't fun. And that's with the job. It ain't worth it. That's the point. It's not worth it. It ain't worth it. Even a little bit that you're trying to take to invest into you're only able to do that because you got a roommate or you're living with somebody. That's the only way it's even working out to begin with. Like, that's why I have a problem when I see women. I know we talk about women out of nowhere, but it works hand in hand because chicks don't want build a bear man. That's what they call it. A man who's grinding and working hard. But the problem with all that is that a lot of these men, if they have support from family, friends, etc., the woman that they with, they'll reach the goal sooner. It's going to take other people investing into that man. But then once he makes it, he's going to invest back into you because he's going to remember all the people that stood by his side. Nobody wants to do that shit because they don't see any benefit in it. So he's alone. And while he's alone, he's working his job. And his job ain't giving him what he fucking needs. And he's just like, fuck this. Why am I doing this? Do you want to be 70 years old and hell, niggas be having heart issues and health issues years before they hit 70. Imagine being 70 and you still gotta clock in. I'm repeating myself at this point, bro. I am repeating myself.
The biggest misconception, right? And this is the part that a lot of people don't understand. Well, I'd rather work for myself. I'd rather do this. Okay, but what if you don't make nothing?
Fine.
Because institutions and jobs are supposed to, at the very least, give you a foundation and a guaranteed paycheck.
But there's no foundation being made. That's the problem.
See, if we don't grind with our own businesses, we don't eat. If we don't push, then we don't get no successes as a result of it. And so a lot of y'all are very much confused at the amount of work that it takes in order to be successful, especially working for yourself. But it is a boom bust environment. You are not guaranteed to make money. You will fail. You will throw a bunch of money into something and it will absolutely just go trash.
Yeah.
But y'all keep living in this fairy tale, this dream world that you think that it's all sweet, and it's not. It's not. And so you educate yourself, you level up, y'all want success immediately. You don't want to grind, you don't want to pay no dues, you don't want to learn nothing. You just want to automatically just show up, and then everybody is supposed to pay you a bunch of money. And it's a sentiment, it's a spirit of laziness. And
there's no, it's not. And then you didn't even listen to what this man said. He said he's not afraid of hard work. He's not afraid of grinding. He would just rather do it for himself. And a job is supposed to get you, the foundation, but it really isn't. If you really had a foundation, then you could take that money and properly start a business instead of just slowly putting in breadcrumbs and shit. Like, you trying to make a loaf of bread off breadcrumbs. Yeah, that's essentially what it is. And then this man is talking about the spirit of laziness. I'm done, bro. I'm done. At this point, if you're young, do not expect anybody older than you to understand how you feel or what you're going through. All you can do is just carry it out in silence. That's all you can do. Don't even ask for no fucking advice. Look online, look up shit, look up. Oh shit, I forgot the name. Give me a second, cause it was something that I had. Damn it, did I forget to Did I forget to write it down? Yeah, Tier 1 Capital. You want to look into that, look into, where to put all your money, assets that are appreciating assets, not depreciating, which is kind of sad because when you think about it, you have an asset, your time, that is very valuable, that does not, you cannot regain that, and you're spending it for fiat currency. And this is how you're spending your life. And you're expected to spend your life doing that. Crazy. It's crazy to me. And if you don't want to do that, you're fucking lazy. Then we got people quoting scripture, those who don't work don't eat, even though that scripture was created for leeches and people who take advantage of other people. You're the one being taken advantage of in this situation, but you're not the one eating. Make that one make sense. You know what I mean? But hey, I said what I needed to say. There's probably a lot more I could be saying right now, but I'm tired. And I gotta at least get a couple more hours of sleep before I have to get my ass up and go to my fucking job that I can't stand. Peace.